The Cincinnati Bengals, they've gotten in on the trade action. They've made only their second in-season trade in franchise history, acquiring Bears running back Khalil Herbert in exchange for a second-round pick. This is only the second in-season trade that they've made in franchise history. The last time they made an in-season trade was back in 2020 when they traded Carlos Dunlap to the Seattle Seahawks. Khalil Herbert, he could be a really sneaky addition to this Bengals offense. We know they got a lot of weapons as it is already with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki has been a really good pickup for him. He's coming off a really good performance. And they lost Zach Moss, who's going to be out indefinitely with the neck injury. Their leading rusher has been Chase Brown, who is more of a good scat back and a good pass catching back. Khalil Herbert is going to allow you to be more physical running the football because he's better running the ball in between the tackles, getting the tough yards through the middle of the defense compared to a guy like Chase Brown, who's more of a outside hitter. And Khalil Herbert, I'm a little bit surprised that the Bears didn't really play him that much this year because his 4 seasons in Chicago, he's been really good, averaging 4.8 yards per attempt. He has 9 touchdowns, 1,791 rushing yards. This guy can play. This isn't one of those running backs that you're trading for, that you don't really believe you can get much production out of him. He could be a really good pass protector for Joe Burrow, which, the offensive line and the pass protection for Cincinnati since Joe Burrow has been drafted hasn't been nothing to write home about. So I love this trade for Khalil Herbert by the Bengals, man. This is a really good back that a lot of people don't really know too much about because he hasn't really gotten a lot of opportunities in Chicago this year. But when the Bears have called his number in years prior, he's been really good after contact, really physical. And the Cincinnati Bengals rushing attack right now currently ranks 27th in the NFL. So you obviously needed to upgrade at this position. Even if you didn't have the injury to Zach Moss, you probably still needed some help in that running back room. Now you're going to be able to have a RB duo that could be complementary for each other. Chase Brown gets helped out by this trade because he never was a running back that had the skill set to take the kind of punishment with his body type running the football in the middle of a defense. You can't run inside zone or power or duo with a guy like Chase Young. He's more of an outside zone guy. With the guy like Khalil Herbert, however, though, is going to give your running game more physicality with the kind of bruiser that Khalil Herbert, is as a running back. And he's really explosive once he gets to the second level. He has good acceleration. He does have really good vision as well. And he has a good amount of quickness for a guy his size also. So this is a trade that isn't going to get a lot of attention. But, as we near the playoffs and we get into week 15, week 16, and you start playing in harsh weather conditions, it gets snowed out and it's cold and you're struggling to throw the football, a guy like Khalil Herbert could really come in handy for the Cincinnati Bengals.